Hello, my name is Marcus Chow, and in this video I will be talking to you about a significant leader in battle named Robert the Bruce. My inquiry question is, how does Robert the Bruce's actions affect our society today? Who is Robert the Bruce? Robert the Bruce was a man born into an aristocratic Scottish family. He was related to the Scottish royals through his father's side, and through his mother's side, he had Gaelic antecedents. In 1298, he took over the title as a Scottish guardian, along with a man named John Comyn, who was his rival. In 1306, Robert the Bruce fought with Comyn in a church, and there he stabbed and killed him. Later in that year, he was crowned King of the Scots, and he fought against the English for Scotland and his people. Where was Robert the Bruce born, and where did he go throughout his life? Robert the Bruce was born on 11th of July, 1274, in a castle named the Turnberry Castle, in the south of Ayrshire, which is a historic country at the southwest of Scotland. He spent his life fighting for Scotland as king and a guardian of Scotland. At one point of his life, he was considered as an outlaw and had to flee to an island off the coast of Antrim, Northern Ireland, during the freezing nights of winter. He also built a house in Cardross, and he stayed there. But there in 1329, he died from a severe case of an illness we know as leprosy. Why is Robert the Bruce a significant figure? Robert the Bruce is known as a significant part of Scotland history. He was especially known for being the King of Scots and fighting against the English armies. He was also responsible for leading Scotland in many of the few wars between Scotland and England, for the recognition of Scotland's independence and integrity. His people also respected him and saw him as a good leader, that they even thought and chose him to be the rightful monarch to lead Scotland in a monarchy. What did Robert the Bruce do to become a significant figure? Robert the Bruce did many things that made him a significant figure. The first thing he did that made him well known by his Scottish people was by becoming a guardian of Scotland in 1298. And in 1304, his father died, which had given him the opportunity to have a chance of claiming the throne. In 1306, he had a battle with his rival John Comyn, and in a result killed him in a church. Because of this, he was outlawed and excommunicated. But Robert Wishart, the Bishop of Glasgow, absolved Robert the Bruce and wanted to crown him as soon as possible. On 27th of March, 1306, he was crowned as Robert the Bruce, King of the Scots, which made him an important part of Scottish history. When did Robert the Bruce have troubles in his life? Life for Robert was not all easy and carefree, and in fact, life was difficult for him at one point. When he killed Comyn, he was outlawed by King Edward and excommunicated by the Pope. And after being crowned later on as the King of Scots, he was deposed by Edward's army and forced to flee. He had to flee, and he spent the winter at an island off the coast of Northern Ireland. His wife and daughters were imprisoned by Edward, and his 3 brothers were executed. And while he was gone, there was many civil wars in Scotland. How did Robert the Bruce impact his people's lives at the time? Robert the Bruce was a hero to Scotland. He helped Scotland restore monarchy and gain independence. Without Robert, Scotland would not have an independent country back then and now. Without Robert the Bruce, the people of Scotland at that time would not have succeeded in many battles they had against the English, and the country Scotland might not have even functioned and survived. It might even be corrupted and a broken country. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.